can we bring Marjorie Hope on camera?
Mhm.
And she's visited 12 books, has written a book, 12 countries, and has written a book comparing what countries have in common. And let's start with Japan. You were saying a lot of these other countries blow America away when it comes to smart technology.
Well, in developed nations, high-speed internet, healthcare technologies, and the use of smart devices are what's driving the innovation. But I would say there's really 10 countries in the world but are basically going head to head, but for different reasons. Like the United States is known for its leading tech companies like Apple, Google,
Yeah.
Microsoft, Tesla. And then China's, hitting us hard with AI, telecommunications,
Yeah.
consumer electronics. Japan, you asked about Japan. Japan excels in robotics, automotive technology, electronics, like Toyota, Sony, Panasonic.
Have you seen any of
So,
those self-driven cars in Japan?
I mean, they work with Toyota. I have no
Yeah.
idea. But Germany is
Okay.
actually renowned for its engineering and automotive.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of that with the self-driving cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
And South Korea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Marjorie, and hang on, we might bring you in later. And again, thank you for the way you always enrich all our discussions and give us a global perspective. I'm going to go back to Barb Eskin. And what should be the first step in assessing what you really need and finding the best deal and receiving the most value from your purchase?
Well, we now have living a life where there's no more really not much for stores like Best Buy anymore. That I think you did this yourself. That you found that in Dell and in many, you have to go to the manufacturers, and they have different strata of computers, and some are just a little bit fancier perspectives. But they'll have different strata, like Dell has XPS and Inspiron, and you'll find that the two they'll have the exact same specifications, and you can get something for a lot less, and that's a good way to be more price conscious, because you go to Amazon, they do not have the latest. Different people need different sizes of files and different drives, but I really think it's good to get as much RAM as you can. RAM is always helpful too because it keeps things faster. But it depends
How
on
much RAM would you recommend? How much would for the
pardon me?
average person? How much RAM would you recommend for the average person
I think
out
at
there?
least 8. I think at least 8 these days. Now I
Yeah.
have this Surface Go, which is only 4, but it's a smaller kind of operation, and it works just fine. But I think at least 8. Now I have 32, which is probably way more than I need, but I leave it.
Well,
What the hell?
you have a lot of movies, all that stuff.
Well, that's for space on the hard drive, or the SSD. Thank goodness we're through with hard drives. But I just wanted to mention a few things because when you're on your PC these days, or you're on your phone, what you are is running into scams. And we just want to mention a few more scams because they're just so pervasive all over the place. And there was one that was very close, happened to very close to me and close to you. That somebody used your wife, my sister-in-law's picture and name, and set up a Facebook account with her name, and then asked made friend request, and then you get friend request from somebody and you think, well, I thought we already have it. And, well, maybe something's wrong, and you accept the friend request, and then the scam comes, which was a The scam was supposedly a government program giving grants to people of hundreds of thousands of dollars that you didn't have to pay back. And
Ah.
you know, show me the money. You know, that sounds great. And this is coming from someone you know. So this is how this scam
Yeah.
works. But then for the most part, I think the most part for Andrea's friends knew that, wait a minute, this is too ridiculous. And then you take a look at the actual account and you see it's not real because it was just opened and but it's a kind of thing that can catch a lot of people. The two other accounts were from other people in our family. One day after another. One day it was 250,000. The next day it was 300,000. That scam worked where the person pretending to be a friend, family member says, "Oh, you go to this person," gives you a link to give to this person who'll set it up for you. And I would believe that they would then take information from you that because they, you know, to get this government grant, you need to give them your social security number, your bank information, and all sorts of information that they could really drive you, you know, ruin your life with. So that's one thing. And any place you go on social media, this happens. On Twitter, I have been approached by these are celebrity scams. These people pretending to be celebrities suddenly message you. I've been messaged by phony Bill Maher, phony Keanu Reeves, 2 Bradley Coopers, and 4 Elon Musks. I had 2 Elon Musk at the same time reach out to me. Hello Elon, and they want you to invest
Hey,
in
maybe
crypto.
take you in space.
And they tried to mention crypto, and I had fun with that. I told the phony Elon Musks. I told them I thanked them for buying this for me, and they said, no, you buy it. I buy it. You're the richest man in the world. You buy it for me. But what disappoints me is that nobody that I'm really fan of has reached out to me. I wish it would be nice if a fake John Mulaney reached out to me. That would be fun.
Yeah.
But so far, no fans that I've been fans of. There's also a thing called pig butchering that I've gotten a lot of these lately. Those are text message scams. You'll get a text message. You'll say, "Are you meeting me at such and such a place?" You know, like you're their friends, and you say, "Oh no, I think you have the wrong number." And they say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Mr. Big kind." And you say, "Oh, that's okay." And then they say, "Oh, you're such a nice person." And next thing you know, they send you a picture, and they always thought I was a man. So I've always got pictures of. They send you a picture of some model, and so you're supposed to, "Ooh, this model," and then they want you to go on WhatsApp, and next thing you know, they're asking for money. And that for some reason, this actually has a name, pig butchering. But and I've gotten a few that I've had fun with those. I told them that I was a retired old man who was a widow with no children with a lot of money. So just get their mouth salivating. So, but that's another one of those things. But you get a lot of things in email. When you get things in email, it's pretty easy to see because you can see what the real email address is, and these come all the time. But you'll see it's coming from Xfinity or someplace or Norton, and you just take a look at the real email, and it's Joe Blow bunch of numbers at gmail.com, and you know it's a.
Do you believe if you don't know who's sending the email to you, you should not open it?
Yeah, well, you should go. You open it, but you don't open any links. I got one today with links, and you don't open any links. That could be a virus. That could be, or they're just phishing. They want to find out your information to use.
Yeah.
So, that's you.
This is a question I'm wanting to ask you. You know, you can have the finest computer hardware and software in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, it's not going to be of any worth to you. What are your recommendations on getting training on how to use your computer hardware and software? Because it sounds like you're really self-taught.
Yeah, I was self-taught. It's not hard. There are YouTube channels for everything these days. So you can
Yeah.
always go to that for instruction. There's YouTube channels. There are YouTube channels that are simply that announce the death and give obituaries for celebrities who are not actually dead. I mean, that's everything these days. So you can find really anything. It's anything. So you really probably do not have to employ any professional unless if you're a company that with a large staff that maybe then you might need some professional help. But for yourself, no. It's besides things are very things are very easy to understand these days. Much easier than back when the first computers were.
By the way,
we're still on DOS. They were still before
it's
Windows.
really-
Now everything is been.
really helps to have a sister that knows all this stuff. So be
Yeah,
nice to
and I
your
do-
sisters. They might know
Yeah.
more than you do. Hey, a real basic issue that I hear, go left, go
Mhm.
right. At night, do you recommend turning your smart devices completely off or just leaving them in the sleep mode?
Sleep. I never turn my phone off. I mean, well, you can't.
Ah.
The emergency have. I never turn my phone off. There's not much difference. Most of the batteries are optimized these days, so it really does not hurt a battery if you don't actually turn. If you just close a lid, which I do, or if you have a desktop, all those with desktops, chances are you're going to turn it off. It's
By the way, do you have to worry about overcharging a smart device? Do you have to worry about overcharging a smart device?
No, it's the same thing with both with computers and smart devices. The batteries are optimized, so you really cannot. They will not overcharge it, or so they say. But I don't. But but it's pretty hard
Hey,
to
what do you
know
recommend
exactly what to.
What do you recommend for backing up files?
I use the OneDrive. I use the OneDrive, and right here I have some things to back up. I have this, and I have this. This is a portable SSD, another portable SSD, and another portable SSD, and this kind of portable SSD. This is cute. Now, do you need all these? No, you don't. So why do I have them?
How much?
Why do I have them?
How much
Because
do you
I'm
need?
nuts. I'm nuts. I have backups of. You can't believe how many backups I have. Backups of charging stations and food. I'm just really ridiculous about this. So one thing I want to express today: don't be like me. You don't have to be like me. It's good to have one portable SSD. Usually, 2 terabytes will do. And the good thing about the Google Drive, which if you're on I guess you're on a Google device, but the OneDrive on Microsoft devices, on Windows devices, that keeps everything for you forever. Remember that F drive that I had way back when, and that's on my OneDrive. It's like having a time capsule. I can go back and I find out these mysteries from 20 years before. But I find that when you keep your files on OneDrive, you have them forever, and you don't have to worry about backup when you change from one device to another. Just everything flows with you, so I definitely use OneDrive. I use the private vault now to lock up. I was very, very lucky because I had all my tax returns on my OneDrive, and if somebody got those, maybe they just got that one Excel sheet with all my stuff, but if they got my tax returns, that Lord, that would have been my social security number, my husband's social security number. So
Yeah.
that's everything's all in the very, very, very encrypted part of the drive now, and it's a bother. At first, I was using it, it's such a bother, but it's you got to stay safe. But it keeps going from one device to another these days is so easy because everything is locked up you have a Microsoft account or an Android account, and when you move to one to another, it all goes with you. Now, if you go from Microsoft to Apple, that's a different thing.
Barb, how often should we clean and take care of our smart devices? And how do you clean a laptop?
Oh, is it sweet? Here, I'll show you a few little things. Here's a little, this is like a little vacuum cleaner. This is even better. This is air. Air.
Yeah.
And everybody should have these and just do it pretty regular when it looks like it needs it. It's really important, I think. As for washing it, I learned this many years ago in a phone store. And it's just hand sanitizer. Use hand sanitizer to wash your screen, and it's great.
By
And
the
that's
way,
why I wash it.
it should also be COVID friendly. That's also a
Oh,
COVID
what's
friendly.
it? COVID friendly. Well, now we all have plenty of hand sanitizer around, but so that's a really good way to clean it, and you should just you can tell when it looks like it has dust or it has crumbs or something, which happens to be. Just use it now. Use hand sanitizer, and a few of these do not cost very much money, and you really need it as an investment. These just a few, $25 or so, and it's pretty easy.
This is a very basic issue, but I have to admit, I really get annoyed by it.
Mhm.
What should you do when your smart device freezes up?
Right. Well, I haven't on my PC. This is a little technical, so when it freezes, you wait till it unfreezes.
How long do you wait?
That doesn't take very long. I mean, I don't know. It happens on my computer quite a bit. Well, not that much, but it happens. It only lasts about 10, maybe 20 seconds. So if you want to do something, it's going to take longer than it is just to wait. You wait because things like that. You're dealing with such micro technology that little links can cause something, and you don't have to worry about it too much. If it happens a terrible lot, then you need tech support. You need somebody to analyze it. I can tell immediately, but generally speaking, just don't worry. It just not. I mean, you get annoyed. I curse at the screen, but it's not really a big problem.
Yeah, you mentioned the Eskins being an interfaith family. Let's get into the PC versus the Mac debate. What do you see the pros and cons? What do you see the pros and cons of each?
I'll tell you my cons. It drives me crazy. I've had to work places with some Macs. Of course, there are no touch screens. There are no touch screens on Mac computers. I can probably live without touchscreen, but it really annoys me. I really need it. And you can't right click. I right click. I use Excel a lot. Do a lot of editing, and I need to right click, and you can't right click on, and that drives me nuts. And I can't tell you the pros of, and I hope if Dawn is out there listening.
No,
I think he's what?
By the way, what do you see the cons of the PC world?
As opposed to Mac, I don't know. I'm just not a Mac person, so as opposed to Mac, I do not know.
Okay, we're running out of time.
Okay.
So let me go. I'm going to ask, when do you know it's time to cut bait and go out and replace one of your smart devices?
It's so different from it. It's such a different thing now. I'm the kind of person who needs everything the newest, and it's so it's hard for me to say how when your devices are too slow, when it's too jammed up, and it's been too many for years now. I just found out about the new because the computer that I on right now, as reason as I speak, is pretty it's pretty new, but there's the new the Intel Ultra processors. They're no longer Core something, they're Ultra, and they sound fabulous. And I am dying for it. It's very good for people who very optimized for AI. So if you use AI in your and which I don't much, but it's also very much optimized, so it uses much less energy, and your battery works much longer. It sounds great, and it's got me really worse, but I don't need it. I don't need it. I guess I'm telling no, you don't need it.
No, but let's close with this question.
Mhm.
I wish we had stronger internet. Do you have any recommendations so you can improve your signal and connection strength?
I had such good internet. There are devices you can get that will you can simply buy that will I had one for so if you're in, say one floor and it will bring it up to another floor. Basically it's better just to get better internet, because there's a lot of internet providers just offer pretty much a lot better. So look for better internet. I have insanely, right, 500 megabits per second. And I know that it's just much better internet. It's just routinely available. So that's the easiest way to do it.
And here's my sister's contact information. Let us describe Barskin Tech as an emerging player in the technology sector. And as I said, as far as people I know, no one is better than what she just did, explaining very complex issues in conversation and very easy to understand terms. So let me say what we're going to be doing. We're going to be posting a very brief summary of her main points on Facebook and LinkedIn. And then tomorrow, John does a spin dry of this recording, and we are going to put this recording on Facebook and LinkedIn, and we expect a lot more people to watch this on demand. So our series is going to continue next week. The subject is one that I think everyone can relate to. It's bosses from hell. And our subject matter expert is not a boss from hell, but is with a premier leadership and team building coach, Don Gleason, who's CEO of Achieve New Heights. So, Barb, let me say, I've known you all my life and you didn't disappoint. So thank you, and know that we love you very much. And to our audience, we love you too. And so that's it. The Eskin family did its deal to help you understand computers and smart technology. And again, you have Barb's contact information. If I guarantee she can solve just about any problem there's out there. Fantastic job. We'll be talking soon.